gamers, it's Professor Meg here, and welcome back to the Board Game Code channel. Today we have another edition of the deluxifications series. It's a monthly series that we do here on the channel where we're showing you the things that are extra, all of the deluxe goodies and bits, and full disclaimer, all of this was sent to the channel. Now this is also a sponsored series. Thank you to Top Shelf Gamer for sponsoring this series. Sometimes they are included in it, sometimes they are not. This week they aren't, but there is still a link down below for you guys to get a discount on their page, and I highly recommend a lot of stuff that they have. Check out any of the games that you play. There are a lot of bits and bundles there for you to find. And that being said, we are going to jump into some of the things that I have here in front of me. Now, starting off with what is directly in front of me, this was sent over by our friends at Orange Nebula, and oh no, I don't have my knife. I don't think I need to open this, but does that ruin it? I don't have my knife. And I might still be able to, ooh, yes. I was going to say, being a girl with nails, I might be able to just break my way in. And I was able to. I'm glad this wasn't that hard. These things, I would not have been able to do. These, spoiler alert, are already opened and they're off screen. That tape I would not have been able to do with my nails. But these are little bits from Orange Nebula. And as you can see, I'll show you the back first because it has all their names, and I don't know everybody. But we have Ronak, Flare, Tuk Tuk, Luna, and Scarab. I know Tuk Tuk and Luna. But these are a bunch of, I believe they're like wooden giant meeple bits. And they're just kind of like display things for your desk. They're things that you can use in D&D. They can be a replacement part for a game if you're missing something. But I think they're mostly made as display. Honestly, looking at them, I kind of want to make them Christmas decor. Like, you could make them ornaments, but you could also just, like, I don't know, put them all around your different Christmas stuff. I'm already in the mood, even though it's only August. But these are just a bunch of wooden bits that represent things from their game. So very cute, very large, nice and hefty and nice weight. I really like them. I think these are pretty cool, and I might see if, I might snag these. I don't know why. I want to make them little ornaments now and put them on a tree. Not intended use, but something you could do. Make it decor. Make it into a wreath or something. I don't know. But these are the Orange Nebula little wooden guys. And now let me think about this. We're going to be chaotic, but we're going to be off-screen chaotic so that you guys can't tell how bad it gets. You have no idea. If it's not within this frame, you have no idea. Alright, moving on to, this was actually something that I was able to get at Gen Con, and Alex actually has the regular version, so I was able to see what the regular version looks like, and I have here the deluxe version of A Gentle Rain. There's also, I believe, a review coming up either soon or already has on the channel about this game, so keep your eyes out. I don't think it's come out yet, but this is the deluxe version. So the regular version is a lot smaller. It's a box that's like about this size, I would say. So it's a bit smaller because in the game you're basically placing tiles, and then you're placing these flowers to show when you've completed like a circle of 4, because you can only place tiles that are like colors. So you can see the way it's actually put away. Right on top. I think I actually did this because I'm so like that. But there's a purple, yellow, red, and pink completed circles. So in the game, when you're playing the tiles, if you got this type of a formation, you could pick one of those 4 colors and then place one of these tiles inside of them. So this version has this holder tray. Instead, the other one is just all of the things together, and all of these different flowers are tokens. And instead, these are very, very nice 3D printed bits that are a bit hefty, but they're also kind of like lily pads where they have like an indent in the other edge. And that's really useful when you're playing, that it really does kind of sit right in the circle where it's supposed to. So I think they really do add a bit to the game that I think it's very nice. That I don't think I would want to play the game without this unless I was traveling and needed to. And even if I was traveling, I think I would throw these guys in a deck box and maybe just bring a smaller box. But that is the deluxe version of A Gentle Rain. I do really enjoy this game. Like I said, it's something I would bring with me traveling to play as a solo game. But I think if I did want to, I would maybe take the smaller box and then take the take the flowers with me still. And then the other thing that I really like about this game is that the box does show the tokens in like through this little screen. I just think it's a little nice touch. I think board games could and should do that, especially the ones that have really premium components. Let me see it. Let me have a little peep on the inside. Okay, so now moving on to something very exciting. These are from my friends over at Rollercrit. These are other goodies that we got from Gen Con. But this one in particular is like a blast from the past. Please let me know in the comments below. Please let me know if you have Magic the Gathering dice in a Crown Royal bag, because that's what this is supposed to emulate. This is from a company called Rollercrit, but it actually says Rollercrit on the front, and it's actually reversible. So when I grab the inside and I pull it through, it's gonna be a Mimic on the other side, which is like this really gnarly like satin Mimic. He's very, very cool in here. But for those of you that don't know, okay, long story short, Crown Royal is a liquor that is sold in a purple bag that looks very much like this. And it was very common. I think it is still common. Again, let me know in the comments below. But when I worked at a card shop, it was extremely common that people would want these for their dice as like a little dice bag for all of their things. And so much so that we actually sold them, I think, for like $1 or $2, because I don't know how we acquired them at the store, but I know that we would sell them. Maybe we'd buy them with people's collections. I think that would make sense. But yeah, so this is a little Rollercrit bag. Very, very nice. But moving on into the special stuff on the inside, this is a Gen Con exclusive. So this is also the bag that they made for Gen Con, and this is also a Mimic, but it's a Mimic in his true form. And it actually has like a little bendy tongue that it's, it has a wire in it, and I've had a lot of fun just trying to shape this and stuff. And there's also a little clip that you can clip stuff on. But on the inside, you don't think he's empty, do you? First of all, he's like a little, I don't know, dice holder, but it's very big, so you could put a whole lot of things in here. I think that if you are a TCG player, you could put a deck box and a whole bunch of things in here. But he is a, I think it's a dice bag. It's a bag of some sort for sure. But on the inside, I have some dice here from Rollercrit. So Rollercrit is made by the team that was behind Think Geek, and they have made a board game called Heroes of Arcadia, which they actually have a Kickstarter coming up on in September for like additional heroes. Oop, I might have to, here we go, there's tape. But they also make a whole bunch of things. They have a new bag of holding that they just did. They have these dice, they have the bags I showed you. I believe they do the Gen Con merch every year. I think they do all of the Gen Con merch. I can't tell you what year that started. I would guess maybe 2021, but I'm not sure. But currently they do all of the Gen Con merch. But here, oh no. I thought I was ready. What's stopping me? I'm not... Oh, you guys, this is what it is. We gotta slide it out. Wow, I just failed my intelligence check. For sure. That was like a puzzle. That was like an escape room dexterity puzzle I could not figure out. But here we have the dice, which I am going to take out of their box because they are, I think they look beautiful under multiple different types of lighting. So I think it's very cool to see them like this. But then also I want to take them out just to show you like really what the coloring looks like, because there's like some parts that are translucent and they do have like some glitter bits on the inside. Ooh, let's see if I can do this. Let's see. Yes. So they're very, very pretty. Really beautiful. There you go. You can see a lot of like the, I don't know, the glittery bits that are on the inside. But they are absolutely beautiful. So here is one of the sets. And this set, for anyone at home that wants to know, is the Galactic Twilight set. So that one is Galactic Twilight, but the next one I'm going to show you, I'm going to move this box because I think that's part of the focusing. But this next one is the one that I actually got to pick out, and it is the Tasha's Green Mist. And if you guys know Tasha, she has some hideous laughter, you know what I mean? She also has a book where she has an entire book of spells that you guys can choose spells from in D&D for anyone out there that plays the D&D. But I thought these were really witchy because it kind of reminded me of Goosebumps, where it has this really bright lime green inside of it, but then it also has like the similar shimmery, dark translucentness of the other set. So they're just really, really cool. They're very witchy, I'm getting ready for fall, very goosebumps. I'm very here for these ones. I think they're so beautiful and so very cool. I know I got quiet, but I'm like, ooh, these are so pretty. So those are the 2 dice sets from Roll Crit as well as the 2 dice holders. I'm going to put these in the Mimic for now because I zippered this guy up. And honestly, he's so cute. I don't know. He may have to go on a shelf or something. But these dice are going to be used. So we'll put them in the dice bag so that they can be used for games and things. Okay. Like I said, we're going to be messy, but you guys can't see the mess. So we're just going to... They stayed in the bag. Everything's fine. No one worry. No one freak out. Everything was fine. Nothing happened. Okay, we still have a few things to look at. I think we're going to go this way first. And here we have, you guys, this is not a deluxe game. This is a folded space insert that I assembled. But it's a game that I've never played. And here we go. Teotihuacan, City of Gods. I'm never going to say the name of this again because it's honestly not the star of the show. But, you know, I just completely annihilated that name. I'm so sorry. I did a terrible job. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Okay, but here inside we have our folded space insert. This is a foam core, and oh my goodness, you guys, you punch it out yourself, it comes out in sheets. I think maybe next time I show these off in a video, I might show you the process from start to finish. I actually believe Alex has done this on the channel. It may be like impossible to search for. Maybe we'll try to link it for you. But if you do try to search Board Game Co. Frosthaven insert. Because I believe it was for Frosthaven, because I was very impressed with that one, because that one actually had, like, printing, which I think is up to the companies if that happens or not, but the Frosthaven one is printed and stuff. I think you can watch the whole process of it being put together. But that being said, I think in the future I will do that for you guys as well. But you can see here that everything is absolutely perfectly stored in here. And this game did have quite a bit to pack in. They have these tiles in here that they fit really nicely inside of this little tray. And you would think these are all like wooden tiles, that you would think for tiles that are this heavy, just gluing together foam core would not stay together like this, but they're so strong. I'm always impressed. They don't know I'm saying this, you guys. This is a sponsored video, but it's sponsored by Top Shelf Gamer. Folded Space and I have never had a conversation. I believe Alex and them have had a conversation, but to give you guys my full disclaimer of who I'm affiliated with and what bias I may or may not have, I've never spoken a word to these guys, and I had to do the work of putting it together, and then I was like, whoa. So I really, really like everything that they do. Like here you can see there are these little tiles, so they made this tray of like 3, and it's like very flat. It's kind of hard because I don't want to tip it, so you can see how flat it is, but everything just really fits in well together. And actually, now that I'm learning more of their inserts, something else that I'll show you is these 4 trays, the red, black, blue, and yellow, are actually all of the player trays. So something else that's really cool is they use each tray per color per player components, which I prefer. Even when I'm putting games away in plastic bags, I put everything for one particular color into a bag as opposed to putting like all of the dice together, etc., and having to separate out colors. Honestly, that's really an interesting thing that I'm thinking about. Let me know in the comments below what you guys do, because now I'm realizing that there are different ways to do that, and oh no, I did that thing where I took things out and I should not have. I know that this thing goes here, and I know that this one goes here. Oh, see, again, folded space, so intuitive. I knew that these 2 went here, so then I'm able to realize that this one drops in. Oop, oh no, I moved to the tokens. This one drops in here, and then I believe this one goes here. Oh no, that was me. I messed up the tokens. Goodness. Okay, there we go. Then I can drop this down. Then we take these guys and drop them in. And I believe the only missing space that I have that's right here is, were these like this? Maybe they were like this. No, they were not. They were definitely like this. There we go. I believe this is an expansion that Alex does not have. So this is all Alex's. This is set up for him now. He now has an organized folded space insert inside of his game, but I believe that empty spot is expansion tiles where there would be, I believe they fit and just drop in there. But he doesn't have it. Okay, speaking of our loud guests over here, I guess we'll move on to what these boxes are next, because I started knocking them down, and after that we'll move on to this game over here. So, up next, thank you, Folded Space. I know I was going messy, but I can't throw this. I can get it off camera. Blah. Blah. Great. These are a bunch of empty boxes, but just to give you an idea, these were a bunch of, not inserts, component trays, that were sent to Alex at the channel, so I get to show them off, but after this he's going to, I don't know, I'm not sure what games he will use these for. I don't know, because he does have a lot of folded space already for any of the games that I'm like, yeah, you would definitely need that for it, like Lost Ruins of Arnak. I believe he already has an insert for. So these would be for newer games, which is great, and honestly this would be super helpful for any campaign games that are started soon. But as you guys can see, it's just not ending. So there will be a link down below in the description. It is an Amazon link. There's an Amazon store. I believe it's Meeple House? Meeple House. Meeple House made all of these trays, and I am going to go over what they are. I'm just grabbing them all still, because there are quite a few. Here we go. So, every single stack that you see in front of you, separating these two, every single stack is a different type of tray. So there are this many different types of trays, and some of them may seem the same, but they're actually not. They're different. So that's just to give you an idea for scale of just how many they are. Now when they do come, they're all like flat packed, so all the tops are with each other, like Tupperware or something, and all the bottoms are together, so they fit a lot better inside of these boxes, but this kind of gives you a scale of what this turns into this. So with that, I'll show you a couple of like the different sizes, but this one is like quite large, and you can see that it has like ridging on the inside, so if you have like the smaller half-sized cards for something, that would be really good for those. And there's a whole stack of those here, so these are those ones with like the ridge inside. And then there's a shorter one here, which, speaking of the having players have all of their stuff organized together, I thought these sizes were really, really good for something like that. So again, not sure what will happen with these, but these ones are just like plain, completely empty, and I think they're really good for any general player components that you're trying to put together, because I really like being able to just hand someone their tray of things. So that's what these ones are just like a bit smaller, those little flat guys. But these ones are the same exact thing, but instead they have this ridging on the inside. So again, like if you had a certain type of token, you would be able to put those in here really neatly. I really like when things do this to be able to help you with the organization, because I really like to be able to feel confident that I can move my box any way I want, that I can have it like tipped up, I can put it on the shelf right side up if I want to, pull it off, put it down. I want to be able to think I can travel with it and things like that and not have to think about it too much. So I do appreciate things like the little ridges inside of it, because I think that just really helps things stay as they should be. But this is a whole stack of those. Then we have these ones are that same exact thing, except they're oriented forward and they have a slit down the middle. So these ones I'm not going to open, but you can see they're just like kind of the same thing but a bit smaller. And then here we have that same version but without the ridges and the opening. So this is similar to the one that I thought would be good for the player, each player's stuff, but this one is double-sided again. This is one that I think is like perfectly sized for some cards. I think there are some like small cards in games that this is the right size for. I'm thinking of the item cards in Gloomhaven are about that size. And then after that we have these guys. So, oh, sorry, I'm going the wrong way on this table. But we have these little guys, which are very, very flat, and they're really great for something that's like resource tokens that would be smaller tokens because they are a bit of a smaller box, and I'll show you a bigger one in a second, but I think they'd be really good, especially for lighter games where there's not too many tokens or things going on. So there's a whole row of those as well. So another thing that would be good for is a game that has a lot of tokens, where it's a lot but a bunch of different types, because then you can really sort them out and put them in here. But a similar but bigger version of that would be this. So this, again, is that size that I think would fit cards really well, but with something like this, you can also put components or, you know, wooden things and things like that. But yeah, so there's a whole bunch of these. And then finally, the big piece, which what I think you would end up doing if you were ordering these is you would look at the games that you want good storage for. I think you can go with this two ways, right? You can look at a game that you really want good storage for, look at the different options they have, and try to plan out, okay, I think I need this, that, and these few things, and kind of plan out what you're going to try to do. Another option you could do is just get a couple, kind of put them in different games everywhere, and see what fits, so that way in the future you know what you want to buy for certain games. But this is one that I think you would kind of plan your cart around and what you were getting for a game, because these ones are very big and they have a lot of pockets inside of them. So you'll see here, like, there's 4 of them, so there is quite a few, which gives you a lot of options. And I do believe they come in 2 packs, but there was 2 sent for this one, though, just to say that. But you can see inside of here there are just a whole lot of components or compartments. And even inside of here there's a smaller area for something like coins, or if you had something that had pencils or things like that. Yeah, I think it's just a really great option. I don't know a ton about this because they were kind of given to me to show off. So I'm not sure exactly what the price point is, but I think they are a bit affordable. So you can check out their Amazon link just to see everything that they have down below. And I'm sure in the future, as Alex plays games, if there are any playthroughs or stuff like that, you may see these on the table with certain games. The game I immediately think of is Primal, because Alex is currently obsessed with Primal. I'm not as obsessed. I think it's good, but not great, which is really interesting. But I think that game doesn't have great storage, so I think this is something that could be a really good option. I know well, should I move them off? I was moving them all, but is there actually a reason to? Here's what we're gonna do with this, because those were all empty anyway. And these can't go off, but they can go further. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's like I cleared them off completely. This guy gets to stay. This guy's gonna go right here and hang out with me with his tongue out. Haha. Okay, this is the deluxe version of a River Valley Glassworks. Now, this is something that's really cool because I got to see this when it was still in its prototype phase, back at PAX Unplugged, and then now I've seen the deluxe version plus the regular version I got to see at Gen Con, so I've seen this in a lot of versions. And you guys, not to talk about this game too much, but I have played every solo mode in this. There are 5 different characters for you to play as in the solo mode. I've played against all of them. This guy is super, super tricksy. Super tricksy. So that being said, I have played a lot of this game already. So let's take a look. But looking at the top, there is this gold leafing right there for it, which is so beautiful. This is that Andrew Bosley art where no one else compares. And then looking inside, it is packed tight, but it does all fit, which I was very impressed with. You're not fooled, there's a playmat right here. So it is a whole lot of game fit into a very small box. Here we have an expansion, which adds variable things. But looking at the deluxe components, this is something where I know some things that are deluxe parts, but some things I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So I am sure this is the deluxe version. The regular version may or may not have dual layer boards, but I think it does, but I'm not sure. And the other thing I'm not positive about is this fabric bag. So there's this really pretty fabric bag, because in the game you are drawing these different pieces of river glass out of the bag. And this is just like really pretty. Oh, I was showing you the back. This is the bag for it. So it is very, very nice. And I think, yeah, it has like a really cool design on the bottom as well. And this part, I'm not sure if it's part of the deluxe or not. Now, this is not part of the deluxe, but speaking of my love for this game, I'll just show you some of the glass. But, oh, look! Look at the glass that's in this game. So nice, so pretty. This is what you're collecting for points. It's basically you're like drafting these from a river, and you're using these to get different points for the sets that you get of it. We're not going to get too much into rules because that's not what this is about. But one other thing is the little like holders for it. These are like gold metal. Obviously, they're not real gold. They're just metal, but they're gold colored. And they're just really nice. I think it's a really nice bag. And that must be deluxe. I'm not sure. But moving on, there are also these little wooden meeples that represent each of the characters. You use these to track how many of those pieces of glass you've gained. Again, in this part, I'm not sure if these are in just the deluxe version or if they're in every version. But I really, really liked playing with these guys when I played in the solo mode. It just does not want to look at them. Come on, look at my friends! When I used the solo mode, I used this to track which ones I had played against and which ones I still needed to go up against. But there you go, you can see what they look like a bit better. They're very cute. But what I love about this version is that the regular version, this is a cardboard board, or regular, not, I mean, I don't, is it cardboard? I don't know. Is that offensive? I feel like that sounds offensive now. What are board games made out of? Like, I guess it's cardboard, but it's probably like, you know, the manufacturers probably call it something that's not cardboard. They're probably like, it's like, I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments below what it's called. But either way, here we have a neoprene playmat, which I do know what that is. Oh, it's actually bigger than the area I have on the camera, but you can see it goes from here all the way to here. And this is just like the area that you play in, but all I really need is like this much to show you because the other piece that is deluxe are these acrylic pieces. So in the game, you do have to move these different tiles. They have those pieces of glass on them, and throughout the game you will be sliding them down depending on which ones have had glass taken from them. So you are sliding them a lot, and just having these be these acrylic clear tiles does really enhance the game. It makes it a lot smoother, a lot easier to play, and that's something that I can absolutely say, as I said, having played the regular version or the prototype version before it came out. This just makes it really nice, and I appreciate this deluxe version. It's something that it was so nice. I wanted to play the solo mode, and then the solo mode was challenging enough that I just kept going, and then that last guy was so hard I just couldn't stop until I beat it. So there you go. That is River Valley Glassworks, and that brings us to the end of today's video. As a reminder, this was sponsored by Top Shelf Gamer. You can check out a link down below for a discount if you want anything on their website. There's also links for everything that I've talked about down below, just if you want to see them and check it out. And that is everything. Thank you all for watching. I'm Professor Meg. I will see you all next time. Bye!